So yesterday we were picking the wood that we were going to use for the riser in the grip of our bow. And we decided on 3 types of wood. We decided on, do you guys remember the names? We decided on zebra wood, maple, and padauk. So today we'll take these 3 woods, we'll mill them up, and we'll glue them together. Here we go.
Oh man, give me endless time. Never let these ties sever. Just breaking bottles in the yard, never steal my mind again. Like old ties and companions.
So our handle's been cut to width and length. We've made it a little bit bigger than the actual bow because we know once we glue it up, we're gonna have to plane it and get the glue off. So we've got our handle set here. This is going to sit on top of there like that. The next thing we need to do is figure out what are called the tips. So on the bow, on the very tips of the bow, we attach the string. Now we can't just attach the string to the ipe here, that's not enough surface. So what we need to do is cut out little pieces of wood to go on the very tips of the bow. And to do that, I'm going to use the padauk and also the zebra wood. I think that'll make kind of a nice contrast with the tips. So I'm going to cut out a couple of those right now and we'll glue those together as well. All right, the last step for today is going to be to glue our handle or riser material together and our tips. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. Lehman, you're just gonna glue some wood together, not that big of a deal. You need to show us in the video. I do wanna show you because there is a little bit of a trick to what I'm doing here. Before we glue it together, we need to prep the wood. And then I wanna show you how I glue it and clamp it to keep everything flat and straight. So first thing we need to do, like I just said, is to prep the wood. So some of these exotic hardwoods like padauk, and especially the ipe we're using, is not going to glue very well unless it's rough. So what I'm gonna do is rough it up. To rough it up, I'm just gonna use this little device that I made. It's basically just a block of wood with a broken hacksaw blade in it. And I'm just gonna run this over the wood, kind of like I'm sanding it. And it's just gonna kind of rough it. So I'm gonna do that right now. Once the surfaces are roughed up, I then created 2 blocks to clamp the wood between. After creating these blocks and putting tape on them, I then spread glue all over the pieces that I wanted to glue together, including the handle and also the tips. I put some tape between the handle and tips so they wouldn't glue together, and then I took the handle and put it in our bench vise with some tape on the outside of it and also the tips. I put the blocks in the vise and then simply clamped all the wood together between the bench vise. I made sure it was perfectly flat and clamped it really tight. I added a few bar clamps on the ends too to make sure that the ends clamped. Doing this kept everything straight and tight while the glue was drying. So now we have the wood for our riser and for our tips all glued up. It's made out of zebra wood, padauk, and maple. I hope you guys learned a little bit today about different types of wood and also how to do a glue up. Tomorrow we're going to build the form for the bow, so we'll be ready to glue it all together. See you guys then.